Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to the Washita Valley. And I know it's been a long time since I have released any content for my vlog, and I just want to say sorry about that. But I'm here today to kind of give you guys an update. You know, if you don't remember, I started back to college, my sophomore year of college, and I had a quite a bit of other hay baling to do. As you can see, I got Dad's grass here at the house baled. Ended up baling these in um, four foot wide by 5 foot tall bales. We tried that. I got the baler here set up to do that, and it worked really well. Um, it made a good square bale. Well, good square shouldered round bale, I guess I should put it, and it did a really good job. Baled baled this grass here and the grass the over at the Krieger place, both in these 4x5 bales, and it did a really nice job. So I had this hay to cut and bale, and then I had some grass. I had about 12 acres of grass for Steve to cut and bale, which I got paid for. And then I had I had 30 acres of alfalfa for Steve for his last cutting to cut and bale. And I took care of that. Now, at my last video, I was just finishing up the big alfalfa squares for Jimmy. And I hadn't talked to Jimmy yet. Hadn't got paid from Jimmy. So I kind of just wanted to do a quick video here to sort of thank you guys for sticking with me. I didn't lose any subscribers. I actually gained a couple of subscribers through my hiatus here, and just want to say thanks for sticking it out there with me. I know several people reached out and wanted to know kind of what was going on. I think some were concerned that there was maybe wasn't coming back, but I am still here. I just got super busy, and honestly, about the only thing I was doing other than getting started again with school is I was just baling more hay, and I figured you guys were tired of the hay baling videos, and so I didn't video any of that. Now, one thing that I have done is I got my alfalfa put in the ground, and I did get some video of that, which I have not had time to edit and post yet. So that is gonna happen. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do that, but it is gonna come. And one cool thing about the alfalfa thing is I worked a deal out with Steve, and it ended up not costing me any money out of pocket, aside with maybe some fuel. Some fuel in the tractor to get that alfalfa put in. So it didn't turn out. I mean, the sowing part of it didn't turn out how I thought it was going to, but it didn't cost me any money, and so that'll be an upcoming video for the future. As far as what's going on right now, like I said, I'm back in school. I'm back in college, and the hay season is over. It's done. I've gotten all the hay that's going to be baled this year has been baled. My hay equipment is cleaned up, serviced, and ready for the winter. My tractor's the same, cleaned up, serviced, put away. Well, it's not put away. I kind of lined it all up here so I could kind of talk about where everything stands. So let's talk about that. So those of you who have been subscribers, I've seen the earlier videos. You'll know that when I started out this summer, I basically had my Chevy pickup, and that's the only equipment that I had. And throughout the summer, some things happened that allowed me to start off in the hay business, and started out with some smaller equipment. Started out with a borrowed tractor from my dad, the 4020 over there that's in the shop, And throughout the summer, I got some opportunities to kind of to add certain pieces of equipment to my lineup, and I just wanted to sort of reiterate in this video where I started and where I am today. So I started with basically a pickup and no equipment, and this is what I own today. And when I say own it, I own everything you see here outright. So I ended up baling 1,948 square bales for Jimmy, and swathed and raked a total of 255 acres for him. And so when all was said and done with Jimmy, he ended up paying me about $26,300, which was amazing. It was a ton of work, and I worked myself pretty much to the bone for about a week and a half. But at the end of the day, for a week and a half's work, that was a pretty good payday for me. It allowed me to do a lot of things. What was kind of, and if you'll remember, if you watch those videos, the square baler that I used, it was not mine. I actually sort of rented it from Rusty, the guy that I bought the guy that I bought my swather from, and the guy, it's the same guy who helped me find my my Deutz Alice over there. And the sort of eye-opening thing for me from that whole experience is, well, one, given the right equipment and the right opportunity, I can make a lot of money in a short period of time. And I was lucky with that whole deal that I didn't really have any major breakdown that cost me any money. So I was lucky in that. And then two, when it came time to pay Rusty his rent money from the baler, I ended up paying Rusty just over $6,800 for the rent money for that baler. Because if you don't remember, my deal with him and Jimmy was going to pay me $13.50 for every bale that I baled, and that did not include the money for raking, for swathing and raking it. Now, the money for cutting and raking, that was $20 an acre. So I got a flat $20 an acre for every acre that I swathed and baled for him. This is kind of how I do it. And then it was $13.50 for every square bale that I baled. So that's where that over $26,000. That's kind of where it came from. And then my deal with Rusty is that for every bale, I had to pay Rusty $3.50 for the use of his baler. So that's where Rusty's money came from. And it was really interesting for me. Well, one, I didn't really know, starting the deal, I didn't really know how many bales I was going to bale for Jimmy. Like, he told me it was going to be worth my while, and it definitely was in the end. But I didn't really know how many bales I was going to bale for him. So, when I ended up baling almost 2,000 bales for him, and then I had to pay Rusty the $6,800 for the use of his baler. It was kind of like, wow, that was, I couldn't have done it without Rusty, because but when Jimmy came to me, I didn't have a baler to bale with. So Rusty kind of stepped in and said, hey, I'll rent you this one. But when at the end of the day, I put the grease and the twine and all that in the baler, and then I still had to pay Rusty $6,800, which I'm not upset about that. I'm actually grateful and thankful to Rusty. But then at the same time, it's like, man, $6,800. That's if I'd have had time to look, I probably could have, at least put a good down payment on a used one somewhere. So that was kind of eye opening to me. And in the future, next year I'm going to talk to Jimmy. Jimmy was pleased, by the way. He was happy with everything. Well, at the end, he was happy with everything that I did. There was some hiccups along the way, but at the end of the day, he was happy with everything I did for him. So it sounds like I'll probably be baling some hay. Well, I'll be baling all of his hay next year, next summer. So I guess I say all that to say I'm probably going to be looking at adding a big square baler to my lineup as well. Um, just because, instead of giving Rusty that money, I could be paying on a big square baler. So that might be something that gets added um, in the future. And so then I didn't charge my dad anything for raking and baling his hay because that's just sort of the deal. I used the 40/20 on the rake, and so since I use his tractor and he's helped me out a lot with kind of getting started, and he's really helped me out when I was trying to get my round baler started, um, or kind of get my round baler going. Um, that's just kind of the deal. He's helped me out a ton. They're helping me with school. I still live with them, so it's just kind of like, well, the least I can do is cut and bale your hay for you. And it turned out that he's away on business for this cutting, but last cutting he helped me some, and he wants to help me in the future. So I didn't make anything for cutting and baling his hay, which was not a big deal. But then for Steve, like I said, there was 12 acres of grass and then 30 acres of alfalfa that I cut and baled for Steve, and I round baled. I round baled all 12 acres of the grass, and then I round baled probably, I don't know, probably half of the alfalfa got round baled, and the other half got small square baled. And I didn't have to haul any of them. He's got it sold out of the field, so like basically all I had to do was bale it. And the folks that bought, I think there's one guy bought the round bales and another guy bought the square bales, but it was part of the deal that they'd come and pick it up. So no hauling there. But anyways, for that 42 acres, the 30 of alfalfa, 12 of grass, I ended up making a total of $4,014 from Steve for that deal. So all that said, I've got just almost $1,000 in my sort of my farm business account today. And if you go back and look at all the videos and look at all the work I done, it doesn't really seem like much. It's like, man, you just told us you made $26,000 working for Jimmy, and yeah, I did. For just that one hay contract, I made $26,000, and I don't even have $1,000 left. But the cool thing about it is, everything here you see in front of you is paid for. I was able to pay for Alice, the big orange tractor over there. I was able to buy and pay for it. I own the Fiat. I was able to. I had a loan at the bank for the trailer over here. This nice trailer. I had a loan at the bank for it, and I could have not paid it off because I had enough money. After I paid for the Deutz Alice there, I had enough money that I could either pay the tractor, or I could pay the trailer off, or I could just keep that money in the bank. And I thought about just keeping that money in the bank, but then I decided, it would be nice at the end of the season to say I own everything free and clear. That way, if I decide this winter, to try to upgrade some stuff, which I might be able to, sell some of this stuff and upgrade. I own it all and outright, and it'll just be easier, and it's satisfying too to you know, to think back, like I said at the beginning of the summer, all I owned was a pickup, and now I own all of this that's in front of me. It's very satisfying. I couldn't have done it without my mom and dad and my sisters helping me out, uh, both financially, in for my mom and dad, and them letting me, you know, helping me out and kind of floating me along. I couldn't have done it without them, um, but and I couldn't have done it without my sisters helping me, you know, drive a tractor here and there. But yeah, I couldn't have done it without them, and I couldn't have done it without, you know, Steve. In the beginning, it was kind of rough and kind of rocky with Steve, but it's worked out really well, and he's going to be a good mentor, I think. I couldn't have done it without Kurt and all the help that he's given me. You know, let me use his equipment, and work for that, and then, you know, I just got lucky with some opportunities. I couldn't have done it without Rusty. He ended up being a big help in more ways than one. So I guess this is sort of, I mean, there's gonna be a, you know, a video here and there over the winter that I'm gonna be able to show you guys. But I guess this is just kind of my end of the season recap of what I did, what I achieved, and what I accumulated over the summer. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I appreciate all my subscribers sticking it out with me. I know I had a couple of periods there that I didn't get my videos in on time, and I apologize for that, but thanks a lot for all of you who comment on a regular or semi-regular basis. I really enjoy the comments because that lets me know what you guys are thinking about the videos. I do have some stuff coming up, and hopefully my subscribers that are with me now are still going to enjoy the other content that I'm getting ready to start releasing. But rest assured that Washita Valley is not it's not going away. It may slow down a little bit here over the winter time, because there's just not going to be as much to do, and I'm going to be in school. But it's not going away. And if this is the first time you've seen one of my videos and you want to go back and, you know, you think this looks kind of interesting to see how I got this mishmash conglomeration of equipment accumulated, I would encourage you to go back and watch some of go back to the very beginning and watch it all the way through, because it's been a lot of work to keep up with this vlog and produce these videos, but it's been fun as well. So guys, thanks again. Like and subscribe. If you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when something new comes out. And again, just thanks so much for tagging along with me. See you guys.